Name's Allie. My symposium presentation is over vaccinations. So, here we go. Okay, so personally, I've never met a child who really loves getting shots. Children would probably prefer to avoid the pain of that needle entering their arm. But does that mean that the vaccines shouldn't be given? Today, we're going to address the problems of the anti-vaccination movement and why we need to be vaccinating our children. There are diseases that have caused major breakouts around the world and killed so many people. Then scientists said, enough of that, and created a vaccine that children are given, which allows their body to fight off any of the antigens that get into their bodies and prevent them from dying. What even is a vaccine, you might ask? A vaccine is a shot of weakened germs that allows the body's natural immune system to learn how to fight the disease if the healthy germs were to enter the body. Was there once mercury? Yes. Has it been removed? Also yes. Vaccines are now better for you than ever. We can all admit that the anti-vaxxer mom memes can be quite hilarious, unless you're an anti-vaxxer, in which case this might be offensive. We're going for it anyways. Many people cannot understand why one would ignore the scientific evidence that says vaccines are good for your children and the necessity for them to live a long and healthy life. There is a huge lack of evidence in the anti-vaxxer evidence. The research and development on vaccines has been going on for longer than we have all been alive. It's so important to make sure that we're listening to the scientific evidence, not what's on Facebook to what essential oils might be or can do. I love essential oils, but they don't fight the measles. It's a lot of vaccines, which is why they're done in steps. The doctors understand, but you're not traumatizing your child. They won't even remember the vaccines before age 2. These vaccines allow your child to avoid disease that is fatal. Just think about it as that's how many diseases your child can die from. A child does have a natural immune system, but there's also a lot of reasons why the body has the immunity that it does. The body has come into contact with the bad germs and built a wall against them. But the vaccines give your body the ability to do that with a weakened version of the original version because it's too much for the body to handle. Vaccines do not cause autism. This is a huge misconception that will not die on the internet. It drives me crazy, absolutely crazy. There is completely zero evidence for a correlation between vaccines and autism. Autism is not deadly, but the fatal diseases that are being vaccinated against are. There was a doctor that published a paper that said vaccines caused autism, which was a lie. He was paid off to say this, and he never truly believed it. He lost his medical license and is no longer allowed to practice medicine. The whole start of autism and vaccines was a lie. A lot of people had made the comparison that if their child cannot have a peanut butter sandwich at lunch because your child will die, then you are not allowed to then you cannot allow your child to bring polio into the school. This is honestly a comparable thing in my opinion because one is deadly for your child, peanuts, and so are the deadly diseases. Not all children can be vaccinated, and we know this. Immunocompromised children cannot be vaccinated in some cases due to the fact that their body couldn't even fight off the weakened germs in the body. A child that cannot fight off those germs when exposed to the measles, for example, because of an unvaccinated child, will likely suffer fatal results. So what's even the point of fighting vaccines? Why wouldn't we want to protect our children and the future generations? Look at what happens to the world from a crazy disease without a vaccine. This time we're living in is a perfect example for the necessity of vaccines. We are currently working from home and going through national emergencies due to the chaos. Let's just review the concept that there is absolutely no connection to autism from vaccines. The doctor that said that was shunned from the medical community. He was paid off to say that from some crazy organization. Please stop thinking that if you are not educated on autism and vaccines. Get educated, please, and know that there is no connection. Okay, so I love this tweet. There are people in third world countries who are disrupting their entire lives and doing everything they can in order to protect their children from fatal diseases. They want their children to live. How could we ignore the vaccines that are just down the road at your local doctor's office? And little Miss Mia drew this wonderful picture when her local YMCA taught her and her friends about vaccines. We don't want the viruses. We want ourselves and our children to survive. Let's all work together to fight the anti-vaccination movement and make sure we are vaccinating our children in order to ensure we don't live in this chaos again.